r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. Who nearly pulled off the perfect crime, and what went wrong that got them caught. In the Dunbar armored robbery, 6 men executed the largest cash heist in United States history. They used an inside connection to access the cafeteria, ambushed the employees during their break without raising an alarm, and made off with over $18 million in a U-Haul. They then destroyed the CCTV tapes and returned to a house party they had set up as an alibi. After 6 months, they hired a lawyer to launder the money through real estate. 2 years after the heist, one man paid a broker with a stack of money still wrapped in the original currency strap, which the broker reported to the police. The man was arrested, confessed, and revealed his partner's identities. The perfect heist of the century, the Antwerp diamond heist, saw an Italian gang steal $100 million in gems. On their way out, they disposed of their disguises and tools, but one gang member neglected to burn everything as instructed. The police found envelopes from the Antwerp Diamond Center and a sandwich receipt among the trash. Using footage from the sandwich shop, they caught the mastermind of the heist, who refused to give up his accomplices, though some were later identified. Some of the diamonds remain unaccounted for. The guy who robbed a bank by hiring a bunch of people from Craigslist to show up wearing the same outfit as him and wait outside. He almost got away, but a homeless man saw him do a practice run the day before and informed the police after the robbery. That moron kid who faked his way to a full-ride scholarship from a United States university, cheating and forging his way through, only to brag about it on Reddit and getting caught when some mod reported the post to the university. I can only remember BTK getting caught after years and years for sending a letter to the police asking if they could trace a floppy disk back to him. They said no. He sent a floppy disk to the police and they traced it back to him immediately. I'm not sure about perfect, but recently a guy placed a large bet that there would be a streaker during a football game. He himself jumped onto the field, streaked, and collected his winnings. He would then brag about what he did on social media, which is what led to him getting found out. He's facing jail time. The Brinks robbery. They stole $2,750,000 in 1950, $35 million in today's money. One of the guys confessed 5 days before the statute of limitations was up. The Australian teenager who hacked the FBI and posted his photos on their website. He removed the metadata from his photos to conceal the GPS location, but he mistakenly uploaded the original photo that contained the GPS data. In the 80s, a General Motors employee sold some cars that were prototype test cars he was supposed to destroy. For a lot of legal and corporate secret reasons, test cars are not supposed to sold, since they are, well, test cars. They've got unproven parts and tech not meant to be sold yet. So one guy at the test grounds was told to destroy some test cars. Instead, he decided to sell them off for parts instead and pocket some quick cash. The salvage yard then sold the almost new cars to a dealership instead of parting them out and make more money. The dealership sold them none the wiser, and everything would have been fine if they weren't 80s General Motors cars. I think they were Buicks. Anyway, one of the owners was working on his car and noticed a part didn't match anything in the owner's manual. He called GM up, since he didn't know what's up with this mystery part. Shockingly neither did they, and asked him to verify what car he even had. Lo and behold, it matched to a batch of prototypes that were on record of being destroyed. So they got the feds to track down their cars, since none of them were technically sold legally, to finally destroy them. David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, got caught because he got a parking ticket near one of his murders. Months after the case had gone cold, an investigator just starting checking parking tickets months later. Berkowitz got one near one of the murders, and he didn't live anywhere near the area. The guys who pulled off the 1993 World Trade Center bombing rented a ride-a-rent-a van filled it with explosives, and then set a timer to blow it up in the parking garage of the towers. The resulting explosion killed 6 people and injured 1,000 more. Investigators were able to trace the van via some serial number wreckage. The perps got caught because one of them rented the van in his own name, then went back and said the van got stolen. When they busted the guy who rented the van, they asked him why he didn't just use a fake ID. He said something like, "Because we are soldiers for God and not thieves." The freaking assholes who perpetrated the Beltway sniper attacks in the DC area back in 2002. There are a lot of pieces to this, but essentially the main guy, John Allen Muhammad, and his young accomplice, Lee Boyd Malvo, killed 7 people on the West Coast in early 2002. Most of the people were connected loosely to John's recently divorced wife, but it took place over numerous states, and no one had any idea that the killings were even connected until much later. John still wanted to kill his ex-wife, so his idea would be to become the random sniper man and eventually kill her as one of his numerous victims. She resided around DC, so that's where he set up. Well, they killed 10 more people with random sniper attacks, and really, even though it was the national news story over the course of weeks, the cops still couldn't find the pair and actually had incorrect leads. They were looking for a white work van the whole time, when in reality, the pair were driving around in a 1990 blue Chevy Caprice with a hole hollowed out the trunk, so Lee Boyd could snipe through it. It was only dumb luck of someone reporting a suspicious seemingly parked Caprice in a truck stop parking lot, for unrelated reasons, that they got caught. Leopold and Loeb. They murdered a boy in 1924. Eventually they were caught because Leopold's glasses were found near the body, and those glasses used a hinge only purchased by 3 people in Chicago. Lufthansa heist, but the guy who was supposed to take the van to the junkyard went on a multi-day coke bender with his girlfriend, and the cops found the van outside her apartment. That's why Joe Pesci kills him in Goodfellas. I just finished watching a documentary called The Jewel Thief about the theft of the Sissy Star, and the only reason he got caught was because he parked his truck at a nearby Walmart, and they ran his plate and found that he had prior heists on his record. 3 guys walk out of a bar one night in San Antonio back in the 80s. One notices the door on the armored truck is open, and they help themselves to bags of cash, close the door and walk off. Security guards are sweated and polygraphed out the ass, but their statements were consistent, and all polygraph tests indicated they were telling the truth. Basically, they showed up to a business, got out, shut the door and went inside. FBI and others tested and retested the door and lock to check for a malfunction. What they did not know was the door did not properly shut and lock for whatever reason. 5 years later, the perfect crime was solved when one of them got drunk and started talking about the night he and his friends found an armored truck with the door open and nobody around when they came out of a bar. Somebody dropped a dime on them and got a reward for it. Probably easier than blackmailing them for a share. This comment section further proves 3 can keep a secret if 2 are dead. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.